Okay, it's time for a little bit of Let's Play.
Yay!
So here's what I'm doing. I am currently sitting at just under 1,000,000 elixir, and I've got a goal. I've got a dream. My dream is to upgrade my lightning spell. Right now I'm sitting at a level 4 lightning spell. I really want to upgrade to the level 5 because I believe 2 level 5 lightning spells are enough to take out up to a level 4? Level 4 air defense? I don't know off the top of my head. I guess we could probably figure it out actually here pretty easily. Turn down the volume just a little bit. Right now, my lightning spells do 390 damage. Alright, so if I'm sitting at 390 damage currently, level 4 air defense has 940 hit points. So it would take three lightning spells to take out a level 4 air defense. However, if I upgrade, it's going to get me at 420. 420. Oops. Still wouldn't be enough. I still have to drop 3 lightning spells on it. But I tell you what, I bet some of the lower level ones would go down with just 2. I'll have to do a little bit of research into that to find out. One thing I know for sure, though, having more powerful lightning spells won't hurt. Plus, it'll allow me to take out all the clan castle troops a little more easily with one shot, which is something I'm a big fan of. So we're going for it. We need 2,000,000 elixir, and right now we're sitting at 990, which means that I need 100. I need about 1,009,038. That was some serious math there. Anyway, all I know is I need a lot of elixir. So let's get to it, shall we? We've got our camps full. Got my army queued up. 2 fairies, 59 archers, 15 giants, 3 wall breakers, and 20 goblins. Going to get the good stuff. Got my next army queued up and ready to go. See if there's anybody that we want to attack here just for fun. You're online. Ooh. Revenge. Ugh. Not worth our time. 39,000, 21,000, and 24. Pass. Even though he's got both of his air defenses upgrading, we're going to take a big ol' pass on that. Let's just see if we can find a match the good old-fashioned way. Alright, 70,000, 31, 456, and 508. Don't care. Not looking for gold. I'm looking for elixir. Ugh, this is an ugly base. See how he's got his air defense is fairly exposed down here, so we'd be able to get to that pretty easily. Right there, but I'm not wasting our time on that. Next. 51,000 elixir, pass. Level 7 town hall. Okay. There's a possibility we might go for this one. Now see, here's a perfect time when we might want to drop just a couple of lightning spells to take out a lower level air defense. You know, I'm not exactly totally sure how this one would go down. It doesn't seem that difficult. I'm going to pass on it. 150,000 altogether. It's not that impressive of a total. This guy upgrading 2 air defenses. Truth be told, we could probably get into this one pretty easily. He's still got the wall spiking. He needed to update since the last time, and he has not. Archer Queen's over here, kind of doing her thing. He's got 230,000 gold, but only 82,000 elixir. I bet it's all in the storage, too. We're going to go for it, just for funsies. Let's see what we got here. I'm going to start it over here on this side. Drop our 2 fairies. That gets our archers into the middle. That's a bad sign. Let's go ahead and just start putting these out here. We'll put the Barbarian King down. Giants are going down a little faster than I would have wanted, so we're going to drop a little healing spell on there. And since they're all distracted, let's just throw in our gobos. There we go. Go into the middle, guys. I don't usually like dropping all your archers at once, but I'm in a hurry. So we're going to throw them in here and just see what happens. In there, do your thing. Alright, took out both the X-bows. Here's the Archer Queen, picking on my poor giants. Yeah, I should have had clan troops in, but he did not, so that's his problem, not ours. Alright, pretty good here on the inside, but I wish... There we go, turn around and get some of that gold. Good job. Up there, get the rest of that elixir. Alright, now my healer's starting to get a little bit of heat. But by the time we finish up with this gold storage over here, we should be in pretty good shape, and it doesn't matter too much the rest. Alright, so the healer's down. Archers are getting picked off, but it's going to be too little too late. They're not going to be able to stop me from getting all of it. Oh, they did too. Oh well. I think we'll call 224,000 gold, 79,000 elixir a good run. At 64%, 241 dark elixir. That's not too bad. I'm a little torn that I used my whole army on something that didn't further my long-term goal, but when you see a big fat haul of gold like that, it's hard to pass up. So sue me, what are you going to do? And so, a successful attack. Yay! Let's get back here to our home base and see what we've got going on. Looks like I've got both of my healers in the camp already, ready to go. What's my current loadout looking like? 199, that's good. Loaded that up pretty effectively in advance. 17 minutes on that. Yeah, let's put a few more archers in the queue up here. We'll do 20. We'll add our archer. I'm sorry, our healer. We'll do 20 over here. And add our healer. That'll be for the next run, obviously. How long did it take to train these giants? 22 minutes. A little longer than I like to wait, but we can come back to it. And since we've got too many archers over here now, I'll drop those down. Still got 5 too many troops altogether. Need my giants, so we'll pare this back a little bit. Drop 4 more on this side. Okay, so now we've got our next army queued up and ready to go. Empty these. I like to leave my tombstones laying around. I don't know how you guys feel about this. I feel like it serves as a warning to the next group that tries to come in here. Like, oh, he's defending good. So we'll leave those there. Also want to re-queue up my spells. Just need the healing spell in this case. An hour and a half, which we can wait for. And check and see if anybody needs anything donated. Blah, blah, blah. Some stupid guy hit me with 103 level 5 archers, 18 giants, and 26 minions, only 1 star. Hey, that's not a bad defense. Nice job there, Charged. Okay, shout out to Charged. Good defense. In fact, just for fun, let's take a look and see what his defense looks like. Yeah. Alright, so Charged is using sort of the classic segmented defense, and so he spread each of his, or almost every single one of his individual defensive units into different segments. There's some pros and cons to that. The pros, takes longer for giants to get from one segment to the next. Cons, you have less room to put your walls around stuff that you want to protect. Now, it's not necessarily that big of a deal that he protects his archers, his elixir collectors and his gold mines. You know, essentially these are serving like almost another line of defense along the outside. Con to that is that he's really easy to one-star in this case. I mean, somebody could come around with archers like they did last time, just plug him in all the way around here, and he'd be one-starred because more than half of his buildings are exposed to the outside. So, good if you're trying to conserve your resources, which is what it looks like he's doing. Bad if you're trying to keep your trophy count up. Now, he's a level 7, so he doesn't necessarily need to focus so much on keeping his trophy count up, although he's doing a good job of it right now, 1727. Long-term goal is not necessarily his short-term goal should not necessarily be keeping his trophy level up. It should be protecting his resources, and that is what he's doing here. A couple thoughts, Charged, if you don't mind. I'm going to do a little impromptu base review on you here. I like what you've done on the inside here, how you've removed some wall segments, and you've put spring traps in. This is one of the things that I preach about defensive setups for your base. Make the troops go where you want them to go. And in so doing, by removing one of these little wall segments, putting a spring trap there, you're guaranteeing that if a giant comes in this way, and he comes through this corner, he will attack this, and then the giant AI will always search for the next closest, most accessible, that is the shortest route to the next defensive unit to take out. So he comes in here, breaks down this cannon, then your giants walk over the spring trap, and you've just taken out at least one. You know, as many as 3 or 4 can be taken out with a single spring trap. They are by far your most powerful defensive tool when used correctly. Now, what I would like to see is I would actually like to see you perhaps even put more segments in there. The pros and cons to this are that if you remove all of these little dividers here, you take them out, maybe make a way for somebody to get from here to here. But if you take those little dividers out, what it's going to allow you to do is it's going to allow you to force the giants, because of their AI, to stay in this outer ring. Because what's going to happen is, if they walk through here, okay, let's say you killed 2 giants with that spring trap, they've taken this out here. Now they're getting hit by this, and they're getting hit by these. Notice at this point that there is only one wall separating these giants from 1, 2, 3, 4 defensive turrets. The giant AI is going to say, hey, I want to get to more defensive units, and therefore your giants are not going for this Tesla of yours here. Instead, they're breaking down this inner wall, and they're walking into your centralized area. Obvious drawbacks with that is that when the giants walk into this centralized area, not only are they having access to some of your most powerful defensive units, your mortars, level 5, but also they have just opened the door for a goblin rush. So the goblins are going to be coming in now, and they're going to be getting to all of this while your mortars are distracted, and the giants are soaking in damage from all these side areas. So I would suggest taking out some of these central dividers, even though you can't put spring traps into all of them. Open it up just like you did down here. Force the giants to stay on the outside, because they will stay on the outside as long as they have an easier path to a defensive unit for them to attack. That's also, so you're going to keep your resources protected, and you're also going to allow your mortars to keep the splash damage coming down on the giants on the inside. You know, I wish if you could widen this out a little bit, and you might even be able to do that by virtue of taking out these little central wall areas. You might be able to spread the whole thing a little bit and make more room. If you can do that, you might be able to get your wizard towers, at least one somewhere on the inside. And if you do that, then you're going to be able to keep splashing the giants that are running this outside ring with wizards and mortars. In fact, I'm going to go one step farther, Charged. Since it appears that you're trying to gain resources right now to keep upgrading your defensive stuff, which, by the way, kudos on that. Your defenses are looking really good for a Town Hall level 7. Spend a little bit of time upgrading these wizards. Get them to at least level 4 sometime here in the near future. Mortars look great. Archer towers look great. You've got one level 8 cannon there, which I know Oh, they're all level 8, that's right. I just couldn't tell by the direction it's facing. But level 8 is a good level for your cannons. You know, focus on those. I would say after that, get your Tesla up to a level 2 if possible. But take this Town Hall and move it to the outside. You're going to lose defenses with this base setup. You're going to. So mitigate the damage to the best of your ability by moving your Town Hall to the outside. Set it over here. Don't try to protect it. In fact, don't even set it over here. Set it up here. Because that way, some goofball, you know, level 25 who is overreaching on his cups, he's going to come in and see, oh, look, I got an easy win. He's going to be grateful to take the trophies from you, which you don't care about so much at this stage anyway, and now you've got your free shield. There's no point in trying to protect your Town Hall while you're also trying to gather as many resources as possible. So take this out, set it over here, use that extra space to bring your wizard towers into the inside, or Dark Elixir, you know, if you care about making Dark Elixir troops or getting your king sometime soon. But bring those in and yeah, take advantage of the free shields that you'll be getting. Better them, again, to attack your Town Hall on the outside than for somebody to send their entire army trying to attack your inside stuff. So that is my advice so far as this base review goes. I like it. Keep up what you're doing. I don't know how many air bombs you get at Town Hall level 7. If somebody knows, leave it in the comments below. But you know, max those out too, because with the minions, the range on the air bomb is just ridiculous for how much space it actually clears of minions. In fact, I think they're probably going to end up patching that at some point because it's just a little ridiculous right now. But I digress. Good job on that, Charged. And we'll go back to our home base.
You win. Let's go to do
All right,
some
pop. Great Elder. Move that back over there. All right. Let's see how much time we've got left here on training. 2 minutes there. That we don't care about because those are just the healers that are going to be ready for next time. So the real thing we're waiting for here is the giants, which I'll probably spread out here in just a minute. But I'm going to take just a quick commercial break here, let this finish up, and then we'll come back and record the next battle. Okay, here we are back, and we are ready for one more quick battle. In the meantime, I did a little bit of troop donating, so it brought us back underneath 1,000,000 elixir. But I've got time for one more battle before we wrap this video up. So let's go and see what we can find. Okay, 46,000. Not worth it. Well, this guy has some pretty poorly upgraded defense systems. Yeah, he's got a couple of X-bows, but I mean, look at this guy. Look at this guy. Plus level 1 wizards. You gotta take a little bit more time before you upgrade to a level 9. It doesn't belong. Upgrading defenses are so important. Okay, now this is interesting. We can tell something by looking at this. A couple things, actually. One, take a look up here. See how the resources are about the same? Well, wasting a little bit of time now. But the reason why those resources are about the same is because we can also tell by looking at his X-bows that this guy has most likely given this up. Probably hasn't been on in a while, and so that means we are going to come up here and absolutely wreck these defenses. So I'm going to spread a few giants across here. And we're going to put these guys up here and look at all of the elixir we're getting. Not bad. Okay. Wow, we just grabbed like almost 150,000 elixir just like that. Let's put another giant here. We'll drop a couple of these. Come on. There. And do one more here. Giant down. Couple of archers. And there you have it. I think we'll call that good. Let's see what that just little bit there did for us. Okay, so we spent 13 archers, 6 giants, 25 gobs, and we ended up with 158,000 gold and 173 elixir. Now, I wish I hadn't tapped that top portion, which got the archer deployed so quickly. But one of the other things I was going to mention, you can tell when somebody has probably quit, or at least not been on in a while. You can see back here, kind of in the background, if his expos are empty. I mean, it's kind of a dead giveaway. He hasn't been on in a little while. And the fact that the golden elixir counts, when we were looking up here, because they were so similar, what you can rationalize in your mind is that this person, we typically, when we're on our own bases, will gather all the golden elixir at the same time. So he had a high amount of golden elixir, but if we looked at his storages in the background, there wasn't much looking like they were stored in there. So we had to assume then that all of his resources were in the collectors, and we could further assume that because they were so even, as in it started accruing at roughly the same time, and it continued to accrue, and he never gathered them up, and that's why he had so much in the storages. So, good little tip for you. And here we are back at our base. We're up at 1,172,000. Now I have 4 healers. That's the only downside about queuing up those healers. How many giants do we have? We have 11 giants and 4 healers. Well, this is going to be rough. Let's see if we can get as many gobs as possible. How many archers do we have? Oh no, my tombstones. Oh, 43 archers. I guess I could use a healer on my king. We'll stop making gobs. Don't need those. We've got room for 0. No more giants. Too bad. Alright, so we'll flesh this out just real fast. See what we can do with a 4 healer army. Probably not too much, to be honest, but whatever. Queue up some archers. We'll be well set for our next bout. And there's no reason not to just go ahead and queue up that whole group. Make sure I got people in my clan castle, since I'm going to be getting off for a little while after this. It's really irritating me. I know you guys can see it on the video. You're probably wondering what the heck. Those little dots, they're staying on the screen, and I don't know why. All I know is that it irritates me greatly. There's Hoff. Logan Hoff, too bad you don't have room for one of these healers. I'll hook you up for sure. Bingo. It's kind of rude to donate a healer to somebody unless they specifically ask for it. Let's see. It's too late now. He's already got some other stuff. That's alright. Give him some archers. Gives us a little bit more room for the giants. It's nice to say thank you. Make sure to say thanks when your clan mates donate your troops. So, now that I'm waiting... Well, actually, I guess I'm not waiting. I'll hold that thought for just a minute. So we've got 13 giants, 39 archers, 12 gobs, 2 wall breakers, and 4 healers. Not the best mix, but let's go make some lemonade. Alright. Here is another unique opportunity here. So this guy does have a lot in his storages. He's got 190,000 elixir, 228 dark elixir, low-level wizard towers, really low-level everything. He's got some level 8 cannons, some mid-range, really pretty mid-range everything, some mid-range mortars. Not enough to kill level 5 archers with one shot. Speaking of one shot, let's check and see if he's got some clan castle troops. I recommend doing this, guys. Put your archers somewhere out here. Alright, so he's got nothing in his clan castle. Let's just... Alright, so we got through the outer wall. They had a giant bomb there. FYI, I think giant bombs are just a giant waste of money. We'll come back to that some other time. I'm not afraid of the archer taking some hits, or rather the healer. The other healer out there. Now see, here's a case of somebody who's a level 8 who really needs to spend some more time on upgrading his defenses. They're just not at the level they need to be at to be able to stop these troops. I do have my healers taking a little bit of heat from this archer tower. I'm not thrilled about that, but I've got another healer to burn if necessary. There we go. Just throw out another healer. That's just the way it goes sometimes. You get your troops in the wrong place at the wrong time. Alright, those guys are in there. Let's send in the gobs so they'll go in there and get the resources. Alright, so the archers took, or rather the giants took out the Teslas. The gobs are in there. Whoa. Easy now. Getting the resources. And we'll pretty much have all of the resources that we need. The only thing that we're lacking now is we're lacking that dark elixir. I'd like to pick up the dark elixir if I can, so I'm going to send in the rest of my archers. I don't think we're going to get to the dark elixir, but we'll let these archers do what they're going to do. They'll pick up a little bit more of the regular elixir out here on the outside. So I'm patient though. I don't know if I want to wait. Yeah, I'm done. Okay, there you go. 186,529 elixir, 10 dark, 8 trophies, 70%. That is a win. And now here we are back at our base, and we've got, we need one healer, so I'm going to go ahead and drop these guys over, put the healer there, set 20 archers on top of her, put those 8 archers back over here, so we'll have a total of 15, and then we'll queue up the next healer after that. We've got a total of 9 gobs sitting in there, so well, that's perfect. So we'll have 25 gobs at the end. We've got the 2 wall breakers queued up. And I always just max out this because it's churning out giants perpetually. And that is where we'll end the rating for the day. See how we did. We ended up with 1.3 million. So we've still got a little over, well, we've got what? 684,848 elixir left to go, which is not too bad. As we finish up this, though, I would like to talk about a little bit of resource maintenance. I've got 1,000,000 gold. There isn't really anything I can upgrade with 1,000,000 gold. I've got these Teslas that are looking out there at like 1.5. I've got some archer towers, which I need to start looking into upgrading pretty soon. They're also the 1.5, so I don't have the resources to do that. Cannon's 1.6, so I'm below the bubble. What I don't want to do, though, is I don't want to leave this gold just sitting there as a big fat temptation for somebody to come in overnight and take it. So let's use the gold in the most effective way that we know how. Specifically here, I'm thinking about my walls. Most of my walls, I've got my internal walls, and these are the ones that are level 7 walls are defending against people breaking from one portion of these sort of this central quad area to the other. It causes the giants to tend to want to go around toward the outside, which gives my defenses and splash damage units more time to get them on the outside. So we're going to end up spending that gold on fleshing out these outer walls and bringing them up to level 6 walls. The importance of the level 6 walls is that they are the first wall that it takes 2 level 5 wall breakers to get through. So that's a big deal. We need to do that. So let's see, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 walls here on the outside. That could be upgraded. Got this one little guy out here. I'm not too concerned with that one. Sometimes wall breakers will try to break into this outer side here, so I think I'm going to focus most of my resources to bringing this area here up to pink. I've got 1 million, cost 75,000 each to upgrade these walls, so that means I can do, what would that be, 2, 4, upgrade 6 walls to pink. So let's do this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can do a little more. In fact, we'll go ahead and just come all the way around on this. And there you have it. So, we're leaving ourselves with a little bit left in the bank. 350,000. I might even want to eat that up just a little bit more. Finish this guy over here because it looks like an oddball. And that's where we'll call it a night. So, we went from around 900,000 to around 1.3 in just a couple of matches, and that is net after we've finished upgrading and rather creating new troops. So I am comfortable enough with my defense layout where I'm going to leave that in the bank overnight. Always make sure to fill your clan castle before you go. Always make sure to fill everyone else's clan castle before you leave for the night. Remember, guys, it's not about what your clan does for you. It is what you do for your clan. I know I stole that, but it is true. You know, look to help others before you help yourself. It's just a good way to live. And so, as my archers are moving out and going off, I think I will do the same. Appreciate you guys checking in on this video. This will be probably the last video that I use on demo mode of ScreenFlow. I'm pretty well set that I like it and I'm going to use it. So I appreciate you guys watching. Be sure to like the video, favorite, and subscribe, as I will keep loading you guys up with good information on Clash of Clans. And I hope you have a great night. We'll talk to you again sometime soon. Peace.